Hello everyone, my name's Hector. I decided to come on here and just make a video about decision making as a ruminator or an overthinker. A lot of things have changed in my life recently over the past 6 or 7 months. What a weird phrase, but it's true. I moved from Miami, and I know I probably said this a bunch of times, you guys know already, but lots of things have changed with that move. And the reason why I want to talk about decision making is that I feel like I'm at a phase or a part of my life where, there's like a proverbial cliff that I'm about to jump over. And every time I thought about this moment of making a decision, standing over the edge and just, diving in and choosing whether or not I want to move forward, it was very paralyzing. Almost no envisioning of what the future could be. It was like, that's the end. Like, that's where my life would go downhill, or I'd be scared, or I would end up in a situation that I wouldn't like. And I think when it comes to decision making, over these past 6 months, I've learned how to make decisions for myself that I can stand behind and feel grateful for, and not. And when I'm looking back at it, I don't think I've had an experience that's hurt me over the past 6 months, and I was so scared for so long to change my lifestyle. I was always working, and when I hung out with friends, it was always, for short amounts of time, and even then it was always with a plan to do something, because I have always had this sense of urgency that kind of follows me around, even before I would go out and hang out. And so every moment that I had felt a little bit superficial, even though I really tried to lock in on it. And maybe I'm going on a tangent right now, but what I want to talk about is what decision making is. And it's not just a mental process. It's something that happens emotionally and mentally, as well as physically. And it's not always in that order. And there's a few instances where it's felt more effective doing it in a certain order for me. Some people have the natural proclivity to just act first and then figure it out later, and I never really understood that personally. And even when I did do that, it always felt like it came with a sense of guilt, because I didn't think before I acted. And it was like, oh man, I probably hurt somebody or I did something, and then I would just ruminate on the fact that I acted. But I think for a long time, as an example, I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar and play music with strangers at jams, and be able to speak through an instrument. And so the time that I've spent away from Miami and my friends and family, I spent learning how to play guitar. And I'm by no means a master, but when I look back on the first time I got my hands on it, surrounding that time, I was in the middle of working full-time and managing a fairly new relationship, and I was down in the gutter financially. My self-esteem was in the gutter, and I was always thinking man, if I can't, at least part of the rumination was this sense of deservedness of being able to act on what I felt. I really felt man, I want to be a rock star. Oh, I want to learn how to play an instrument. But every time I picked up the guitar, and that just goes for anything that I guess you find enjoyment in, or I found enjoyment in, it was I don't deserve to do this yet because I haven't taken care of everything else yet. And now I'm gonna look like somebody that doesn't have their shit together and only cares about what they want. And what I've come to learn is that that's out of my control. At least the perception of who I am is out of my control for the most part. The only thing that I can rely on is the intention of my action and goodwill or good faith, and whether or not that's received, if it's received that way. And I mean, whether or not it's received that way is not my jurisdiction. Like, I'll act out of the good grace of my heart. Like, I'll try and learn guitar and play music because I want to fulfill that dream and be a happier individual, and hopefully that'll make others around me happy, seeing me chase my dreams or my interests. And it wasn't like I didn't come to that conclusion at first. Like I said, I was dragging around like a big bag of guilt. And so decision making happened emotionally for me, and physically, because when I kept running the how do I say, like, the projection in my mind, everything turned out horribly. But once I stepped into it and I started learning guitar, and I saw not only the smile on my face, but I saw the smile on my fiance's face, and then my family comes around. And I think when, man, this is a powerful moment for me, when my now niece, she always used to be scared of me because I have a really big afro. And I remember when she first met me, she was terrified, right? Like, I would have to be in another room because she's so scared of me. And the first time that I think she ever played with me and hung out with me was when I was playing guitar for her in the room, and she felt safe. And that moment lights up my heart. And I think that confirmed to me, as silly as it sounds, it confirmed to me that, like, yeah, I should be playing music. Like, I love to see the smiles on people's faces, and I want to learn how to do it well. So, yeah, I've been taking the time to do that for the past 6 months, and I feel like I've been chasing that feeling with everything that I do now. Like, I want to, bring joy, and I want to bring a sense of peace, warmth, openness, and comfort for the people around me. I don't want people to walk in and just feel me judging myself and feel, and like carry that energy, like, because I mean, my presence, it matters, and so does everyone else's in the room, and we affect each other every time we get together. So yeah, I've just kind of made the decision on all three levels to change. And that requires a lot less thought than you think. Most of it is trial and error, and so there just has to be this overwhelming, not this overwhelming, like, if you want to logic your way into making decisions, it's like, okay, go back and look at your track record, and it's like, failure or not, are you still alive? Are there still people in your life smiling, whether or not it's you? Are there people happy to see you? Are you eating food? Are you, like, do you get to see the sunlight every day? Like, these are very basic, like, baselines. But, like, are people able to spend time with you? Are you able to spend time with people around you? I think if you look back on your decisions in your life, and you can say that throughout your life you've had that, then you can probably make decisions and be happy and be okay with them. I mean, this might sound like common sense for a lot of people, but it wasn't up until recently in my life that I was able to, stand in my own identity and feel confident and feel loved by myself, and really see what other people's love looks like, Yeah. Making decisions is not easy, but I think someone wrote it on I think it was my brother-in-law or something. He wrote down, as part of like the advice for my fiance and I, he said, do what you say you're gonna do. And he said that's the easiest thing that we all mistake, that we all make mistakes on. Don't wait to decide to change your life or become the version of yourself that you want to be. I think you can do it. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't even think I'd be alive today. But it's brighter. Yeah, anyway, I'm just going to upload it unedited. If you guys want to listen to the whole thing, that's cool. If you did, I love you. Thank you. We're here for another wonderful day. I hope to God that we get another one. Because I want to keep playing guitar. Bye.